Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. We're joined by Mr. Terry Mulkey, owner-operator of Terry Mulkey's Guide Service. This morning, he's up in the North Coast area, Tillamook, chasing some salmon around. It's a heavy incoming tide, so he's having a little bit of time to share some insight on what you might want to do this upcoming week if things start to change, because we do have certainly some rain that's coming that could change everything really up and down the coast. But there's more to it this morning, Terry. And first things first, I got to say thank you. 100 years ago, and I may have told this story here on the air before, and I may have told the story even to you, but a very long time ago, back in the mid-90s, I ran into Terry. I knew who he was. He didn't obviously know who the heck I was. We were up above the bridge on the Willamette, above the 205 bridge at the sandbar. It was an egg bite, and I was not catching anything. Terry had just put his third or fourth fish in the boat. He goes, drops off his clients, comes back by himself, drops his gear back in, and hooks another fish right next to me. And I couldn't take it. I'm like, so what do you do different with your eggs? And the first thing that Terry told me is that he had eggs for my home river, the Clackamas, and he had eggs for the Willamette. And that just boggled my mind, Terry, that there was a difference in the egg that you would use based on the system you were in. And that was the first time that Terry Mulkey educated me. And then from that point on, I don't know how many times I've learned something, let alone from spinners, just a different ways to target fish on the Willamette and the Clackamas, for that matter, over the years. And I'm just one person. Terry, you're actually retired after today. Today's your last paid guided trip. So my first question to you, sir, how long have you been a guide? And now that you're retiring, what are your thoughts with this fishery that we have here in Oregon now that it's 2025?
How long have I been a guide? I've been guiding since 1980. I guided from 80 to 90 as part-time, and 90 to now full-time. I did have a regular job at the time to make up. The Clackamas, the Willamette deal, I just want to say one thing about that. The reason you have two cures is because temperature of water. The Willamette is normally warmer than the Clackamas. That's the reason I had 2 types of eggs. The other parts of this is our fisheries are, I think, rebounding, especially our Columbia fishery. I think sometimes the management of it is wrong, but it's all politics. So, you can't fix it. I can't fix it. But as a whole, I think our fishery are rebounding. Our Tillamook fishery is low right now. Our Tillamook area fishery is low. But that's Mother Nature. It has nothing, I don't think, to do with man. But it's all going to come back. It's all going to be good. And I'm looking forward to spending some time, family, and taking them fishing and sort of reminisce about the old days.
Well, Terry, you were right in the middle of some of the best fisheries, some of the best fishing, and then you were obviously right in the middle of some of the worst fishing that we had here in Oregon. You've seen it all. Through all that, Terry, you were an innovator. You designed some spinners. You and some of your friends designed spinners and different products that helped us all be better anglers. What does that mean to you in the big picture of things, as a guide, of course, but helping others catch fish and just making baits that helped us be more successful?
Well, I'm glad you said something about that. It's the productivity of catching more fish and easier to catch them. I think that's going to be a factor. I'm going to do a lot of work with Yakima bait on some new lines of stuff we're coming around with. And I'm thinking about probably doing some seminars on some different techniques and stuff of how to catch fish easier. Those are all great questions, and I hope I've answered.
I know that years and years and years ago, Terry, if you remember, I know that you remember back on the Willamette in the late 80s, early 90s, it was a hogline show out there where I really kind of cut my teeth on the Willamette was in the hogline at the garbage hole, okay? Spinners were an absolute revelation for me and my friends when we were growing up in that time frame. And when you started to design some of your own blades, we really did see a difference there on our catch rates and how things improved. And it just leads me to say that without your help and some of your innovation, you and Mr. Bob Tolman, Buzz Ramsey, Jack Glass, I mean, so many others that are out there, really set the stage for where a lot of us are to this day. And even for that matter, a lot of people that think they do those things, Terry was there 30 plus years ago doing that. So as just a regular angler, and that's all I am, I really appreciate everything that you've done for us in your career with helping us be more successful. So that being said, thank you for everything that you've done for us. And here, even on GPS with your contributions over the years, we really do appreciate that. But I've got one more question for you, though. Now that you're retired, okay, today's your last paid trip. First things first, for your clients that are on the boat, congratulations. You get to say that you were the last paying clients with Mr. Terry Mulkey. That's pretty cool by itself. But what's, I know you said you're going to hang out with some family and have a chance to reminisce, but anything big on the horizon for you? You're going to take a vacation? You're going to go do something that you haven't had a chance to do?
You know, I'm going to see the United States. And I've had to work hard and for a lot of years, and I'm just, my wife and I are going to do some traveling and see the United States.
Very cool. And obviously, everyone, as a professional guide, your years are pretty well condensed to different fisheries. You don't get a chance to take off. Okay. Well, all that being said, Terry, congratulations on a great career that you've had as a professional guide here chasing fish around. I know that you loved it, obviously, or you wouldn't have done it for so many years. But my last question is, what's your plan for the rest of the day? You got that heavy incoming tide that's going to ultimately stop. What's your plan for the rest of the day? Are you going to stay there in that area of the bay, or are you going to work your way to different areas?
You know, I'm going to probably stay between the Coast Guard Station and inside the Ghost Hole. There's been a good cutoff point right there at Hobsonville Point the last 2-3 days at high tide. We got some nice Chinooks in there yesterday. And I think a lot of those fish are staging. Miami's gets a run. We catch some Miami fish out here on Miami Flats, in the middle here. So I'm going to put spinners all the way around here on just a little bit. Mexican hat, red and white's been really good. What we call eagle eye has been a really good one. That's half copper, half red with a white dot. That's been excellent. And everything with a Fuji on it has been good.
Well, very good. Terry, again, thank you for spending a few minutes with this morning, sharing a little bit of your insight and just letting us have the opportunity to give a quick interview on your last guided trip of your long career. We really appreciate having that opportunity. So, Terry, have a great day. Be safe out there. And thanks for whoever is holding the phone so that we could actually get a good shot with you. Terry, thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Be safe out there, okay?
Thank you, my friend. Talk to you soon.
We'll see you soon, Terry. All right, everyone, we're going to cut to a quick break. When we come back, we got the deal of the week from Fisherman's Marine. If you've been chasing coho silvers and you're doing pop, drop, pop, drop, you need to pay attention. We'll be back with that in just a minute.